Hi Chelsea, thanks for meeting with me today. The purpose of this meeting is to review a few key areas of the project, specifically human resource challenges and how our communication process performed, and to get your feedback on the stakeholder management approaches.
Thanks Josh, sounds good. I'm keen to hear your insights and share feedback as well.
That's great. I'm so glad that we can work collaboratively together. I'll start with the human resource side. A few issues came up during the renovation. Here are some of the key noted points that were issues. Some role overlap between site supervisor and builder, inconsistent reporting from the contractor, gaps in accountability for communication tasks, and limited clarity in escalation pathways.
Yes, I did notice some delays in updates at times. I wasn't clear as to who was responsible. It's quite challenging when no one owns the problem.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's why we had the RACI matrix in place. Adherence wasn't always consistent. For future projects, I recommend: number one, strong onboarding of roles and responsibilities. This happens during the formal kickoff of the session to walk through the RACI matrix. Number two, clear reporting expectations. Set mandatory weekly reporting templates up. That way it's easier for everyone to report and it's all structured. Three, define escalation procedures. Ensures issues are raised within a specific time frame and are also actioned appropriately. Number four, monitoring performance. Regular check-ins to ensure there's accountability is maintained on the job site. This is maintained through the on-site supervisor with the builders and contractors.
That makes sense. I think the kickoff session would really help set expectations early.
Agreed. Getting aligned early would prevent a lot of these issues that came up, and I do apologise for that. Unfortunately, the builder was a new builder that we hadn't used before. So moving on to the communication and information management. Overall, we had a solid process in place, especially through the communication plan and the document tracking system. However, the effectiveness varied in practice.
In what way?
A few key observations: communication gaps led to delays in decision making. Some updates were not shared consistently across all stakeholders and the project team. Documentation was available but not always actively used.
Yes, I sometimes felt I wasn't getting updates early enough, especially around the delays. It's quite frustrating.
Yes, and I do apologise for that. We've taken that down as part of the lessons learned as well. That is valuable feedback. This impacts both project communication and stakeholder engagement. For improvements, I recommend a structured weekly update to all stakeholders and relevant project team, use of a central system for real-time information, clear communication channels and responsibilities, and short progress summaries rather than large reports, because we all know that those large reports, you can sometimes get lost in the words. So we will make them nice and short, a snapshot, so then you can see the progress for the week.
Yeah, I definitely prefer shorter, more frequent updates. That would help me stay on top of things. It's quite a lengthy journey.
Noted. That's something we'll implement moving forwards. I know that sometimes, especially when it comes to the renovations and building, things can get overwhelming, and I'm sure that's the last thing you feel like reading. Stakeholder management and feedback. Lastly, stakeholder management. We primarily use the RACI matrix to define the roles, a communication plan to guide engagement, and regular updates and meetings. From your perspective, how effective was the stakeholder engagement?
Overall it was good, but I think there could have been more proactive engagement, especially when issues came up.
That pretty much aligns with what we observed. We would like to strengthen the stakeholder identification and analysis early on, tailoring communication based on the stakeholder needs, and a more proactive engagement rather than a reactive updates. For future projects, I've recommended stakeholder engagement plan refined, categorising stakeholders by influence and interest. Number 2, regular feedback loops, short check-ins to gather input. Number 3, proactive issue communication, inform stakeholders before issues are escalated.
Yeah, I really like the idea of regular feedback loops. It makes it much more collaborative.
Absolutely. It helps to ensure expectations align throughout the project. So just to summarise, we'll strengthen role clarity and accountability, improve communication consistency and frequency, enhance stakeholder engagement through proactive methods. Is there anything else you would like to add?
Not that I can think of, that covers everything quite well. I appreciate your structured approach, it gives me confidence for future projects.
Thanks, Chelsea. I appreciate your feedback incorporating into our lessons learned and future project planning.
Sounds great, thanks Josh.
Thanks again. Speak soon.